Hello everyone, this is MystieGaming and welcome back to another episode of Reborn Archeology. Hello everyone, MystieGaming from the future here to go over everything I did in between episodes because I was essentially in this place where I could play a bunch of Minecraft, but I couldn't record. And I just updated Hamster Pets, so it's saying I'm missing the guidebook, even though I have it. But the first thing you probably noticed is in between episodes, I went netherite mining. We have a full set of netherite armor and almost a full set of tools. Now, the second biggest thing I did was plan out our entire park in the survival world. All of those pink boxes represent the different enclosures, including the ones we've already built and are going to build in this episode. And I also built all of the pathways between everything, which just took absolutely forever, I'm gonna be honest. And it was something really boring that y'all wouldn't have enjoyed watching. So I kind of tried to divide the area up into like sections. So down here are kind of our carnivores. We have semi-aquatics, a huge herbivore section. We also have like ice age type creatures, and then avians are kind of spread about throughout the park. The other thing I did was add some Cube.js recipes. So I added some recipes for leaves using mystical agriculture, primarily for the azalea leaves for the pathways, but it just felt like an oversight that mystical agriculture did not have recipes for azalea leaves. I also added a recipe for squid ink because, oh my gosh, when I say that I cannot find squid anywhere, at least regular squid, I mean it. They do not spawn. But glow squid do, so a glowing stack combined with black dye gives us an ink sac. So that was the other thing that I did, and downstairs I also revamped the whole barn again. So it's all beautiful and decorative up here, and then downstairs we have this massive area that has our villagers, all of our botany pots, including a bunch of new seeds. And I combined our sophisticated storage and refined storage systems so they now work together and read off each other. And now it's not working. Of course it's not working when I go to show y'all it. I'll fix that later, but essentially here are all the mystical agriculture seeds we're growing, all of the flowers and wood things, and then back here I just have a cable going to our refined storage system in there. And it looks like I am going to have to fix that in a little bit, but I believe that is everything that I did in between episodes. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this video. We get up to some really cool things. So, you probably saw this from the title already, but we are going to be building the Velociraptor enclosure. But I did want to pop over here real quick and not only get our Velociraptors going, but show you all the DNAs that I was able to get in between episodes. There are so many. I also was able to get 2 additional Pachycephalosauruses, so we're gonna bring those in so that poor little Petunia is not by herself anymore. And then we got a decent chunk of 100% DNA discs for Jurassic Reborn. But that being said, let's head over to where we are building the Velociraptor enclosure. So it is right over here in this little like kind of view, and this area has a lot of kind of the raptor-like creatures. I believe this is the Velociraptor enclosure. Yes, it is. And I feel like it might be a little bit small, so we might kind of expand it down this way. But since there's 2 of them, I really want to do the split enclosure like we've had. And I want one half, the Jurassic Reborn half, to be using the fences that the mod adds. So Jurassic fence. So there's these really cool multi-block fences that I just love. They're super cool looking. And I think I kind of want to have it like that dug down feel, like in the movie. And then the fossils and archaeology velociraptors can climb walls, so whatever we have for them is going to have to include a roof. And I'm gonna have to do some creative testing, but I hope we can just use something like chains to get that like really cool kind of mesh look on the top. So I'm gonna experiment around a little bit in creative mode to just kind of like see what options we have, and what I like want to do, kind of like that process I showed you in 2 episodes ago with the Pachycephalosauruses. But obviously this area needs lots of terraforming, so I hope y'all enjoy the montage of me terraforming this area. So I have been working. I cleared out and flattened everything, and I've just been experimenting a little bit with our enclosure walls. So this side is going to be the fossils and archaeology side, and this side is going to be the Jurassic Reborn side. And the Jurassic Reborn velociraptors are massive compared to the fossils and archaeology ones, so it only makes sense that the fossils and archaeology ones enclosure is way smaller. But here is what we're going to do. So I have it a couple blocks down so that the viewers can kind of look over and down into the enclosure. Very reminiscent to me of the Jurassic World ones. But we have this small chain fence, and up on the top I want to use chains going across, since the fossils and archaeology ones can climb. But I'm not sure if they can get through the chains because I can fall through. So we're gonna do these floorboards with like glass to kind of give it that extra layer of protection while it's still kind of that see-through, so it mostly looks like it's just the chains. And then over here on the Jurassic Reborn side, we are doing the fences, and I just realized that this is a 2-block center, I think, but we're gonna ignore that. So we're going to do the fences and we're going to power them, and I think it's just going to look really cool. And I think the big challenge with this enclosure is going to be decorating. But I'm going to really quickly finish up these walls, and I will bring you back so that we can decorate. So I have finished the exterior of the enclosure, and let me just walk you through some of the blocks that I have been using. So most of these blocks are from Jurassic Reborn. We have these reinforced stone variants that are used for the main wall itself and for these stairs, and then we have the actual low security fence, which is a multi-block, and those are turned on and powered with a redstone signal at the base of the poles down there. And I put it inside just so like a visitor couldn't come and like just flick the fences on and off. And then up here we actually have the chains, which are vanilla, of course, and the panels with this mesh diamond chipped small diamond leaded glass from chipped in here, and I think it just looks like a really reinforced mesh fence above the whole thing to kind of prevent the velociraptors from jumping out. Now I have brainstormed a little bit for the interior. Oh wait, this small chain fence is from Fossils and Archaeology, and I thought it just made sense to use the fences from each mod on each side. But as I was saying, I have brainstormed the interior a bit and looked up where the velociraptors actually lived, because in Jurassic World they're always kind of displayed in like a jungle-like environment or in a snowy environment. However, they actually lived in a desert-like environment. So I've picked out a bunch of blocks that I think I can use to kind of decorate the inside of the enclosures. So obviously we have some sand, and I grabbed some brush that I feel like these torch flowers and pitcher plants can look like those very vibrant desert flowers. Some ferns, some dead bushes, some dirt. Like obviously we're gonna need some water in here, so the areas in a desert are kind of oasis-like when they have water. So I'm thinking maybe we have like an oasis kind of like along this wall here with the water and maybe a little pond. And the rest is just kind of deserty, well, yeah, just like desert dunes. So I'm gonna go build that real quick. That took me way less time than I was expecting, and I absolutely love these interiors. So I sealed off the roof so it's completely full or filled in, but down here we have our little employee access doors. And honestly, I just did a bunch of mangrove roots to look like dead trees and some desert dunes and mixed in some dirt. And super simple, but I think it's effective because deserts are super barren. And I kind of wish I had the like newer dead grass and stuff to sprinkle around, but for the most part, I think it looks good. Obviously, I couldn't use cactus or anything because that would kill our dinosaurs, which is something we'd like to preferably avoid. And then over here is just the bigger version of the one in there. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So let's head back to the lab and get all of our dinosaurs. No, I just got back to our lab and it looks like one of our cultivators failed. Oh, and we completely lost one of the Patchy's eggs. Oh. Is the failed thing still in here? Or is it dead? This slime comes from a Failure-saurus, but they burn in the sky, so I highly doubt it's still around here somewhere. Oh, that is not what I wanted to return to, because I completely left the Patchies in the cultivator and just forgot about them. Let's clean this mess up, I guess. Free slime. And we're down a cultivator. Oh no. Okay, well, we have one more Pachycephalosaurus, and I think that's good. 2 in the enclosure, 2 and 2. Oh, and I completely forgot about our quests. Let's see here. Fossils in archaeology. Oh, okay. So I might just have to make one more Pachycephalosaurus so that it actually counts for the quest. I had forgotten to do this check mark, so we weren't actually getting rewards. But we have some rewards from decorations and a bunch of seeds from the new agriculture seeds I got. So let's put that all away and get our Velociraptors going. Let's see, where... Oh, we have 7. I think 7's going to be a little bit much. I'm gonna do 4 in the smaller enclosure, and I think maybe 3, since they are pack creatures in the other enclosure. But I'm gonna get these all set up and ready to go. And just like that, I hatched all of the eggs. Well, I cultivated them and did all the things before I technically hatched them in their enclosures. So I think we're gonna hatch the Jurassic Reborn Velociraptors first. If we just come in here, just because they hatch instantaneously when I place them, and we're gonna have to wait for these Velociraptors. So let's hope nothing goes wrong. I ended up doing 1 male, 1 female, and 1 random Velociraptor. So we have 1 male and then 2 females. So let's hatch the male first. Oh, and it's tamed to us. How lovely. Let's hope the other 2 are, otherwise they're gonna kill each other. Good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we have 3 beautiful Velociraptors in there. Wait, I need to fill up. Aha. I'm gonna fill up their feeder just a little bit, just to... I do have dino metabolism turned off, but just for consistency's sake, I'm going to fill it up a little bit. Oh. Sweet Velociraptor, I need to get out. And you can't get out. Okay, let me just... Nobody leave. Perfect. And then we're gonna head over here, and as you know, the hatching process for Jurassic Reborn or for Fossils in Archaeology, is a little bit more involved. Let's head over here. So we have 4 Velociraptor eggs. I have no clue what genders they are, but we're just gonna place all 4 down. And then we need to get some torches so that they're warm. And then now I have to wait. Let's see here. There's my Dinopedia. And I'm going to try and stand right in the middle, so hopefully they all, when they do hatch, they're tamed to me. And if not, I think I just have to feed them. And I am cooking up more steak at home. One of the seeds I made was the cow seed for mystical agriculture. Um, so I get this weird leather looking stuff and I can use it to craft any cow products. So I crafted up a bunch of raw beef that I'm currently smelting down in the base. Um, but, oh, I can't wait. Oh, they're shaking! I love this little detail in the animations. It's just so fun. Which means they should be hatching any second now. Stop! Okay, that one's tamed. That one's tamed. That one's tamed. Oh, where's the last one? Is it you? Yes! Okay, they're all tamed. I'm gonna put the rest of this in the feeders so that they can start eating. But I will fill these up later all the way. Let's see what genders we have. Okay, so we have a female, a male, another female, and where did the last one go? And over here, another female. So that's 3 females and 1 male? Right? Female. Yeah. Okay, 3 females and 1 males. As always, names are definitely needed in the comments. Oh my goodness. I love how cute they are when they're babies. So these velociraptors, in keeping with how velociraptors actually aren't that big, and they're feathered, which is crazy to me how we ended up with that version over there for the movies. Like, what were they doing? Hello. Are you enjoying swimming? I'm glad I added the water. I think this is probably the perfect size. And we can get some toys for them. I completely forgot about that. So let's go see them from outside. I want to do that. Okay, from up above, we can kind of see them. They're really small. Oh, the animations look so good. Major props to the animation team for Fossils in Archaeology. And then we have our little itty bitty movie Velociraptors. They're so tiny. I do love the texture and like the thought of the Velociraptor from the movies, no matter like how unrealistic. It's always gonna hold that like special place in my heart because I did grow up watching the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. Oh, but let's get them some toys. I actually have a couple of ideas. Oh, and we need to hatch our Pachycephalosaurus. Our new one, at least. So we're gonna head down here. I love that I took the time to do this storage system and have it all connected. So let's see here. And fossils. I think I want to do a tethered log. Which one do I want? I think maybe the spruce one. Okay, that's not too bad. And then, as always, they need some of the balls to toss around. Ooh, what's a deserty color? I think like this green, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that we can get 2. And of course, I'm out of slime, so we're just gonna do 1 for now. And then I can add more in between episodes, but hopefully these guys will actually play with their toys, unlike the Pachycephalosauruses. Because Petunia over there, she does not seem to care about her toys at all. So let's just go hop down in here. Mr. Wandering Trainer, and I'm just gonna kind of hope that nobody gets out. And I specifically built these tree things over here so that I could put like a log on them. And I hope that's not too high. They do seem to be playing and moving, so there's the ball. Let's see if they play with it at all. Oh, that one might be going for it. Maybe not. And as you can see, they can climb things. Oh, look, it's playing with it. That's so cute. Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, sorry, I am scatterbrained as usual, is supposedly if you put glowstone in the, like, framed blocks, it'll make them glow. Oh, that's just gonna be perfect. I was watching, like, a semi-old, like, Foxy No-Tail video, which, I know, super random. And he was using this in his create world, and I was like, I have to try that. That's going to be an amazing way to hide some lights. Okay, there we go. I think that's plenty of lighting for the Velociraptors. I'm pretty confident that they can defend themselves. So it kind of sounds like they're taking damage, but that could just be them running against the fences. Excuse me, zombie, how did you get in here? Oh, this bug hasn't been fixed yet. Yep, I forgot about that one. So we're just gonna hope that our Velociraptors don't get out. I'm not too worried about these guys because I don't think they can actually climb walls. But with all of my yapping out of the way, let's head over to our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure and spawn our new little one in. And we're back over here. Not super far away, but it looks like our dinosaur Petunia is still doing good over here. Let's check in on her. Yeah, she's super happy, even at the ripe old age of 137. She's a little hungry, but the feeders still have plenty of food in them. Yes. Okay, so let's spawn in this little guy. Oh my goodness, the egg is so big compared to the Velociraptor one. Oh, just like that it hatched. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have another female. I was kind of hoping for a male, but 2 females is fine as well. As always, I think I want to stick with, like, kind of the flower-themed name for this Pachycephalosaurus, and I think I'm gonna name her Daisy, so I'm gonna go grab a name tag and officially name her. I think she just played with the scratching post, which is so cute! Oh my goodness, look at that eating animation. Stop. It's too cute. Okay. And the current way that I have been getting experience is just going and trading with my villagers, which we will hopefully change by the end of this episode. But it does mean I also have a decent amount of name tags. Do I have an anvil anywhere? I do. Hidden in the decorations, as always. So this is gonna be Daisy. Okay, there you go, Daisy. And Petunia, our 2 Pachycephalosauruses. Now, speaking of experience, it is time that we get a proper experience farm going. So I'm gonna go do a little research and find a decent XP farm that's not going to take me super long to build, and I'll be right back. So I've done a little bit of research, and it looks like the easiest way to create a experience farm with the mods I currently have is to modify our guardian farm, because I don't want to go to the end, and I don't feel like making just a generic mob farm, which was the other option. So we're going to head out to our guardian farm that we built in, like, episode 2, and it's way out here. And it also has our iron farm on top of it, which means I had to stop force loading the chunks because, what's it called? I literally got 10,000 iron blocks from it, from, like, all of the stuff that I was just doing in between episodes. So this area is no longer force loaded. But the farm design itself, I believe, is by ENX04, but the tutorial I am watching will be linked in the description. It is not from him. But we did build this guardian farm, and it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to modify it for our needs. So I'm going to do that real quick and come back and try to explain it to you. I'm not the smartest when it comes to redstone. But let's just hope I get a working farm. And just like that, we have a guardian farm. So I ended up completely destroying the original one we had because this one had to be built down here. And it actually only took me a couple hours to build. It was really simple, just following the tutorial. And I don't have sweeping edge on my sword, but I get so many levels so quickly, and I think my ears just died. I do have to get some storage drawers hooked up for the collection system, but I can move that over from our old system in the Nether. But just like that, that's where I have to end this episode. I'm completely out of time for recording, and I'm sorry if this episode felt rushed. I only had like 2 days to record the entire thing from start to finish. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, but have a blessed rest of your day. Goodbye!